Beautiful people. Just reading a new book at the moment, and the thing that came across to me pretty strongly just then, and I can see this is how where a lot of people get stuck. I know I've been stuck a lot with this in the past, and the biggest thing for me is, I guess, what meaning are we giving things? Let's say we have one word and we've all got a different meaning for that word. And then you take your meaning and your perception and what's happened to you in life, your story. And I can see so many times where people are just talking and things just they're not meshing, they're not gelling, because their meaning for that particular word is not necessarily the person that maybe is sharing that story, that sentence, those words with that person, with you, with me. We've got a different meaning for it. And unless we're willing to kind of deconstruct our meaning for the stuff, unless we're willing to step back and then have a look with as much neutrality as we can, being on center as we can, so we can kind of just come from that place of the observer and then just go, okay, well, what does that word mean for me? I'll give you an example. I was doing some work 12 months ago, probably less than 12 months ago, and the coach in this program was saying, okay, we're talking about deserving. And I hadn't realized it until then. So the word deserving for me had some serious negative connotations. What do I mean? I guess one of the biggest things for me in grade 6 here in Australia, had this teacher, and this teacher was, I can see now with the hindsight and wisdom and the work I've done on myself and the inner work that I continue to do, that teacher was there obviously as a teacher in my life to help me grow and evolve. He saw something in me. He wanted to bring that out in me, like he did for most of the kids. Fortunately, his way of dealing with that was, or his methodology to bringing that out in the kids wasn't the greatest. However, there's some beautiful life lessons within that. Now, one of the things I thought from the word deserving back then was, deserving was not a good word to me. You deserved that beating because you were bad. You deserve to be spoken to like that because you don't mean anything to anybody. You deserve to be treated that way. So deserving for me, and I'm wanting to paint a picture here, you've got this word, which is just a bunch of letters, isn't it? Really, that's all it is. And as human beings, we've certainly, when we speak the English language, we've agreed that those letters, when you spell out the word deserving, mean a particular thing. Now, if your life experience has given you things where you've, and probably most of us have, not everybody's had the most prettiest childhood, and that's okay. That's part of our growth. That's part of our story. It's part of our evolution. The word to me, deserving, though, had serious negative connotations. And going through this particular course, whatever it was, 12 months ago, I was really having a hard time going, oh, you'd say that word deserving, I'd be like, oh, it just, it rolled me. And I didn't know what it was at that time. And I'd go through and I was saying affirmations to, I am worthy and deserving. And I'd go, oh, deserving. So, in me looking at my meaning of the word deserving and wanting to deconstruct it, because I thought, well, okay, hang on. I was asking other people, going, well, what does this word mean for you? And they were giving me these beautiful descriptive analogies and metaphors of the word for them. And me, I'm going, that's not what it means to me. It means something bad to me, or my perception of what bad was. So when I started pulling that apart, when I started looking at that thing of going, okay, well, what does deserving mean to me? And deserving was that thing of going, you deserve that because you were bad. You deserve that. So in me doing that particular course and me wanting to work through my stuff and being open to deconstructing all of it, the old tipping the cup out and then starting from empty again and filling it up, So I was willing to do that because I was looking at areas in my life going, I'm not happy with how I'm doing this money thing or this life thing or whatever it was. So is the meaning that you have for a word potentially working against you? And you've really got to be wanting to ask yourself that question. And this is not about persecuting ourselves. This is about going, okay, stepping back. Am I happy? Am I content? Am I pleased with where I'm at in life in this particular subject? You know, and then willing to actually dive in, do your inner work and deconstruct this stuff. Because if you're not, it's not going to change. You know, you've probably heard that saying before, and I love this saying. I love this saying when I actually and fully started embodying this, and I expand in this. I don't have all my shit figured out, and there's no ceiling to this. You know, once you get to a certain level, you can then expand again, and then you can expand again, and then you can expand again. There's no ceiling to life. There's no ceiling to success. And again, what's success for you? The meaning that I give it is probably different from the meaning you give it. And it doesn't make me right and you wrong, or you right and me wrong. And there is no right and wrong, because as humans, we do that to give things meaning so that we can understand it. And if we come from that place, again, it becomes more neutral, and you go, just observe how you're doing stuff. Are the words that you're using for something in that moment, and it doesn't matter about the topic, whatever that topic is, whatever that topic is, whatever that topic is, whatever that topic is. Are the words that you're giving meaning to, that you're using, are they supporting you in growth, or are they holding you back and keeping you stuck? And just be willing to look at that and then play with it. As I've learned from different teachers and mentors, as you observe the stuff, the triggers, the things that are coming up, you go, oh, isn't that interesting? That's really cool. And then you go and play with that. Where did I get that from? Isn't that interesting? I remember when I was a kid, I used to do yada, yada, yada. That's really wild, isn't it? You know? Because more often than not, it's just that little child in that you needs to be acknowledged, or didn't get seen, or didn't get loved in the way that you wanted it back then. And part of this beautiful inner work is being the parent to yourself in that moment, to that little version of you back then, and coming to that level and just loving on yourself. And I know for me, I do this in like a meditation with my eyes closed, so I can talk to the little Pete. So, is the meaning that you're giving things, my point for this is the meaning that you are giving things, is that supportive for you? Is it empowering for you? Or is it not? And if it's not, are you willing to deconstruct and pull that stuff apart? And even if it is, are you willing to go a little bit deeper on going into the feelings of that stuff? Anyway, it's just about that stuff. It's about asking yourself, is the meaning that you're giving things, the words that you're choosing, are they helping you step into the next best version of you? Are they helping you create and live that beautiful life of your desires that you want, or not? And then just go, start there. You've just got to be great at being you.